Hello, Rebel GMAN, Season 13, Division 3C. I'm Rob Top, your host, and I'm here with Matt, as always. Hello, Matt.
Hello.
It's been good, isn't it? All the teams that should be winning are winning, and all the teams that, we predicted to struggle are sort of down the bottom, I think. So,
Well,
yeah,
I don't know. It's like what teams should be winning. It's very open, and it's always a meat grinder in 3C. But
I know you're the stat man, and you've probably got some stats for us, have you?
I've got a few stats. Yes. Once again, a big thank you to Hugh for providing some stats of violence across 3C in general. Having worked a little bit on a points value system, thank you for that. Where we're having 2 points for a KO, 3 points for a casualty, and 4 points for a death. So that's 3 for the casualty plus an additional point for the death. Okay. Currently, this week, A came in with 44 KOs, 34 casualties, and 2 deaths. B, who once again have 2 fewer matches, so they're in a little bit of a disadvantage. 35 KOs, 31 casualties, and 3 deaths. And in the meat grinder that is C, 48 KOs, 23 casualties, so not quite so many, and 4 big deaths, which I'm sure we're going to be going into later. Mm-hmm. So across the boards, that's 359 points for A, 280 for B, and 362 for C. Just giving us the edge there.
I think B should make, because they're playing 2 games less, maybe work out some kind of percentage for them, and to equal it up, maybe.
Well, it's funny you say that, because Hugh is way ahead of us on this one as well.
Hugh.
Having a look at it, it's about per game 25, 26 points. So surprisingly, and there's been some chat on this as well. Like, as much as we talk about like a large number of casualties and us being a very bashy division, we also have a lot of high armor as well. So there's a little bit of backwards and forwards. So we also have claw. So that's what it is. And you might have noticed we've got a slightly different layout this week. We're going via the ReBBL.net webpage rather than the Blood Bowl client. This is part of us kind of iterating. We had some technical problems last week. The Blood Bowl client, we kind of realised we don't actually need it, because the clips that we've got kind of are outside of client. We pre-record those anyway. There can be some issues with the server going down potentially, and the ReBBL.net actually gives us the information that we need in a much better way than the Blood Bowl client does, actually, in terms of... because
it's quicker, isn't it? And
it means we can make less notes. So we're a little bit under construction. We're still working on getting everything sorted. We couldn't quite get everything quite ready this time, so we've got a nice little under construction there. But who knows? Maybe we'll have a nice surprise next week. Who knows? With that, I think we're good to start going into the first match. Do you want me to...
We're pleased to say... Well, I was going to say, we're pleased to say we've watched every game again this week. So that's 2 weeks in a row. We've watched all the games. So we're doing our best for you guys.
Okay. I'm just about to start playing the clip now.
Okay, so first match up, we have Granny's Chosen, which is a Kenry team, 1890 TV, against Dazzle Wargstaz, 1720 with a wizard. Kicks off. Blitz straight away, so the Orcs kick to the Kenry and get the blitz. The Orcs KO a blitz war and cause problems, dividing the Kenry team from the ball. Great play, I like it. However, the Kenry they're really good at control. They managed to get the ball, move back down the pitch out of their reach, and then move the ball along the left-hand side and up the left, staying out of reach of like getting based by anyone. So he's all by himself. And he ends up scoring an easy touchdown on turn 7. It's just nice pitch control from the Kenry team. I love it. On turn 8, Rob Top, the troll, gets up, tries to throw the goblin. So he'd been knocked down, picks up the goblin, throws him so hard that the goblin gets badly hurt on the landing. So the goblin's out for the rest of the game. If you remember rightly, the goblin was the hero for the Dazzle last week. Second half, the Orcs get the ball and the fight begins. Rob Chop the troll. He gets a skull and both down and fails the loner early in the turn. Kenry, they take full advantage of this and cause the Orcs loads of problems. The Orcs have to play desperately, and the thrower has to throw to a blitzer in the Kenway half, and luckily it wasn't a fumble; it's an inaccurate throw, so the ball actually does make it down to the other side of the pitch. But it's just not enough really for the Hawks to capitalise on it. The Kenway surround the ball with 3 men. The Hawks desperately try to find a way back and get the draw, but it's just too much to do. So, final score 1-0, and it was a good game. I really enjoyed it. Okay, and looking at the teams, we got a skeleton with a star player. And this skeleton's already quite a handful, isn't he? With increased agility, block, dodge, sure hands. As a good player to get star man, I think.
Yeah, just getting that MVP. It's always good.
It's
looking like no level ups though, unfortunately. It's a pretty advanced team, so unless you get the MVP on some of the kind of rookie skeletons, you're not really going to be. You're pretty fixed at where you're at right now, except for this Tomb Guardian, maybe that Mighty Blow Tomb Guardian.
Yeah, he could do a bit of block. I could see during the game that he's a bit hesitant making any blocks with him. But as I say, like this Kenway team was really controlling the pitch well, and that's what Kenway do. We know that, but he was playing that to full advantage, keeping the Tomb Guardian spread out everywhere. It was nice, really nice play, really nice play.
Cool.
Considering he was a blitzer down straight away as well.
What about the Warg Stars just rolling down to that? Oh, looks like Rob Top. Rob Top got the MVP and got the level up, so we're going to be seeing what's happened to them in a second, I think.
Of course he got MVP. He was rubbish the whole game.
So
that's the way it works, isn't it? So yeah, the badly hurt Goblin was from the throw, and the other badly hurt was obviously from the block. But this Orc team's it's pretty nice as well, isn't it? You know, I think all the teams here are pretty nice.
And yeah, going with guard for Rob Trot with that level up makes sense.
Yeah.
No double, so.
Maybe Strong Arm might have been a good choice because he does like to try that Goblin throw. So that might have been a shout. But no, Guard's good, isn't it? Guard's always good.
Yeah. Next up, we had the Defense of the Anagrams versus Bloodhorse. This is a match I watched. It was pretty good. So in terms of the layout, Dota took a wizard, and both teams had a bribe. I'm not sure. I thought initially this was because of a stadium, the both bribe stadium, but when I went to have a look at the team afterwards, I couldn't find that. So it might well have just been that one of the teams took a bribe and the other person did as well. Or it could just be that the interface was going weird, but never mind. Anyway, in terms of the actual play, Bloodhorse went for a central drive, but Dota used an early wizard bolt to kind of free the ball. And after that, they were able to move one of their blitzers just long into the end zone after a dodge. And then their Agility 5 blitzer just does this leap straight over the top, landing on the ball, picking it up, running free, and just throwing that long elf-like pass for a really early counter score. Really good use of a wizard there. Counteracting as best they could, Dota then get, there's then a blitz. But they can't make it stick. There's a big central ruck where, it keeps them where they are, but as you saw, Shark Eater able to get taken out dead, so F in chat for him. But just not able to push that through. The second half saw Dota pushing the flank, 7 versus 11 players. They were rebuffed, and when the ball was scattered off the pitch, Bloodhorse were able to recover the ball and counter score. Now, I've rushed over some of the one of the highlights there because they did actually manage to go all the way to the opposite side of the pitch and then have it recovered all the way back down before they can score. Nearly getting another one of those long blitzer throws, but just not quite good enough. Just failed to get it down. And yeah, that Agility 5 blitzer really starting to be a proper threat.
Shark Eater. Nice.
Shark Heater, Agility 4.
Oh, no, sorry, Arsic Thong.
Yeah, Arsic Thong is was badly hurt. Shark Heater, I'm afraid, does not need to be worried about. That's bad,
isn't it?
It's bad.
Really
that's a big one. That's unfortunate.
That's made his team look a little bit ordinary, doesn't it? I know he's still got the killer, But that's an ouch. That's
Well, Arsik Thong's
unlucky,
still
mate.
there. Arsik Thong's still there. And yeah, Blood Horse. No level ups for Blood Horse, but getting a decent amount of SPP going across, but nothing to get the level up. In terms of actual level ups, no, we didn't get any level ups in that match at all. So not really much to talk about in terms of that. Some people being missed. Perkis Breyer out for the next match for the for Dota, and Blood Horse, yeah, pretty solid. It was a nail biting match. Had everything really. And yeah, next up we're going to be talking about Rebel Supremacy versus Shock and Gore. This was in the Elf Stadium, so the Squig Sandwich kiosk stopped the Rock and Ref things, and the Undead just came into this with a bribe. Now, a flank drive from the Undead kind of meets some Elven columns. But there was a potential juke, but it was a fake out. Going to one side, going to another from the Undead, but just not able to kind of push through until right at the end of the turn. There's a little bit of the old Elven BS here, as you can see. Throw to that one threat coming in late, and great camera work from me there. And going for that score. So we go into the second half of 9 Alpha versus the full Undead, and there's an Elven cage pushing centrally, but as you can see, this failed handoff just was a bit critical, and the Undead able to recover, come back down the flank, and as you can see, just really getting that cage down, just sorting it all out, as you can see, just doing the work. Slow, steady Undead drive for the counter score, leaving us at 1-1.
Good game.
Yeah, good game. In terms of the actual, a little bit less violent than the other one. In terms
just
of
one badly hurt, yeah.
Just one badly hurt. We have got a level up from Toa on the MVP. Yeah, your vampire blitzer there, and in terms of level ups, nothing for the Undead. Now, in terms of what the actual level up was for Toa, has gone for Strip Ball.
Lovely.
Yeah. Obviously, slightly less effective putting on a blitzer who's already got block compared to someone with wrestle. But on the flip side, if you are able to strip the ball and then pick it up afterwards, especially if you've got that agility 4, it's going to protect you if you're doing the counter score. So I think that's fair enough. And it's just good to have a ball hawk who's strength 4 and agility 4. That's just good.
So we have typical Spanish versus the Clortimore Rams. No inducements on this match. 16-20 versus 16-40. And as you already know, HUD is a coach I'm looking out for the Clortimore Rams. So the Chaos, they caused 2 casualties. Score on turn 5, just very easy. He's got a diving tackle beast, which was causing loads of problems for the typical Spanish. The Delves are playing well, but they just weren't really getting the dice. The Delph drive, their strength 4 witch gets stuck on the sideline, and it could have been surfed, but for a skull and a power rather than a push that was needed. It does cause a casualty, but the Apo was used, so she was fine. Turn 7, the clip, the Dark Elf, they try a 3+ pass, fails, re-roll, fails. That's the 1 in 9, they happen. Second half, blitz kickoff for the Elves. But the Elves recover, but they're in trouble. To clip 10, they try to move to the other side of the pitch, pass 1, re-roll 2, catch 1. It's just bad.
It's just not. You hate to see it. You hate to see it.
Yeah. Chaos get the ball. Elves do a nice blitz, but it scatters to another beast who then scores the next turn.
They really had that witch separated off there. Wow.
Yeah, sometimes games do that to you, don't they? And turn 13, another clip. The Dark Elves, they just do elf stuff at last. An easy 2+2+ pass catch and a dodge away from diving tackle at last. And they score. But there was dub skulls in there, so they didn't have any rerolls for that little bit. But the Chaos get an early turnover on turn 15, and it gives the Elves a chance to get a equaliser. But they do need to get the ball carrier down, and it's only a push. So overall, it was a bit of a dicing. I hate using the word dicing really, because it wasn't like major casualties and kills and stuff like that. It's just that when the Elves needed to roll a 3, they couldn't, and it shows in the scoreline. I thought HUD did normal stuff, to be honest with you. They weren't super special.
Well, consistency is key, right? So
yeah, that's it. He wasn't doing bad moves. And typical Spanish, as I say, they weren't playing badly. It's just one of them games where the dice decided the game, I think.
Well, they did get a few level ups though. Tortilla de Patata got a touchdown, taking them up to exactly 51. Virgen del Roccio, their strength up witch elf,
Nice.
that completion took them up as well. Likewise for the Rams, no level ups, unfortunately. Now going over to look at Spanish in general, obviously Torres is out for the next match, but Tortilla taking jump up, it looks like, and Roccio tackle. You know, it's fairly solid.
Look, 2 jump up, tackle, sidestep, blodge, blitzers, like absolute nightmare.
It's gonna be tricksy. And yeah, missing out. If you're gonna have to pick a blitzer to be missing a match, it would probably be Torres, but alas, it's still not great. Looking at the Rams, they've not got any particular injuries moving into the next match either. Next up, sorry, go.
I was going to say it was only badly hurt. Yeah, so the number 6 Tinagal, that diving tackle guy, he's one to watch out for if you're an elf coach.
I'm coming around on diving tackle.
Problems.
It always used to be a thing I'd take on Goblins and Stunty League, just to want to a thing. But having watched a lot more matches in ReBBL, I'm really coming around on it, and as a skill.
Yeah, I'll tell you what, he played that number 6 so well. He really did, and it was just always there, causing problems, just in the backfield. It's good play. If I was an elf coach, I think he would be the one I was trying to take off the pitch.
Very good indeed.
Yeah.
Next up we've. Sorry, go on.
I was going to say match 5. Yeah, it's your one.
Yeah, so it's the Bob Brotherhood versus the Flylord Servants. We'll talk about predictions later on, but I did the Bob Brotherhood dirty. Like they, it was not a victory for them, but they put up a really good fight here. Looking at the match, yes. So it was pretty big in terms of TV difference there. 15-10 versus 21-80. The Bobs took 2 bribes, 2 babes, and Lord Borak. No wizards, strangely, but hey, they managed to make it work. Starting off, the Fly Lords, started off, and they were able to break through and stall near the end zone. But it was at a cost, as we can see.
Ow.
Beast getting taken out, but it's okay. It's Nurgle. They can survive this kind of regeneration failure. And also here, sticking the boot in on a bloater on the ground. Once again, regeneration failure on Orthlogot Fragile. But they were able to stall out, but at a cost, getting that late scoring. In the second half, the Bobs really take it to them in the second half. Any thought of a mismatch was just completely dispelled at this point. With the Flylord Servants able to free the ball, and it was a nice play from the Flylords, as you can see, putting in France Morbid going down to doing some serious work. But as you can see, the Flylords were just able to get the ball free and do one of those long passes just to an empty square, just to slow down the Nurgle, and that's what it took to stop that from being a draw. That was a really good match. So, going through to the results of the match, as we can see, a level up for Gerhard Leopold, and some an armor break for a rookie rotter. I can't imagine we'll be seeing him later. But for the Fly Lords, oof,
I know the team's been beaten up.
it's been wrecked bad. Like not wrecked, but like minus agility to the Beast of Nurgle. You're not really too worried about that. If you were going to get any stats
next
down,
game, really, isn't it?
Yeah, it's really a missed next game. It's a little bit worse for the Stand Firm Claw
number 5.
Yeah, awful got fragile. Still not great, but deaths for a rotter, a rookie rotter. That's not too bad. Deaths for a couple of rookie rotters. That could be worse, but it's still that was not the violence I was expecting to see, or I don't think anyone was expecting to see. So well done to the Bobs.
But a win's a win, isn't it?
It's a win. Just get those points.
Players, just get that win and build your team up for the next game wherever you can.
Yeah. I would be expecting to see another stat there, but perhaps he's not been leveled. Oh, he must not have been leveled up yet. And as we can see, a few injuries here for the Fly Lords, and I don't think they got any levels up. So but as you say, they got the points, and they'll be moving forward. Still very much a force to be reckoned with, but there's going to be a slight sigh of relief from whoever the next opponent is, I fear. Next up we're going to be talking about the New York Pylanders and the Nordic Nooblets, who I believe you saw.
Yeah, it's an equal TV game again. No inducements. The Orcs drive first, but it leaves the ball carrier a bit exposed. The Norse down the Orc thrower, but the Orcs get to the ball and get it back in the next turn. Later in the half, the thrower makes a run for it and is well open to the blitz, but the Norse, they do a 1 dice block to try to free up some space, and it's a skull, and they re-roll it into another skull, and that was the first move of the turn. So that just gave the touchdown to the Orcs, and they score on turn 8. The Norse do put a casualty on a strength 4 lineman who's missing the next game on their turn 8, and then, to be honest, it was a bit of a dull half, the first half, and then the second half, as you've been seeing in the clips, it just all come to life. The Yeti, who KO'd a troll, he comes to life, after making that KO, and then he calls it a casualty, and he also kills a lineman. There's some risky play next, where he fails a GFI. To score, he's just left no option really but to try this move. And he fails the GFI, so he hasn't got any rerolls left, but the pass and catch come off to score. Then we come on to the Orc drive for the final drive of the game. It's 8 Orcs versus 10 Norse, surprisingly. But the Orcs look like they're in trouble, and then out comes Super Orc, who just manages to get up, pick up the ball, a throw to the... was it a throw or a handoff to the...
we're just looking for that. We're just seeing a blitz on the Yeti. A blitz down here. Just pushing one of these Norse out of the way when we're on turn 15.
Oh, I'm ahead of myself. Sorry.
Yeah. And so we're on turn 15 here. We're seeing a Black Orc just kind of pushing through, and the Super Orc, as you say, running back the agility up, and just trying to stabilize that ball, picking it up, risky play, and just getting that free and getting that pass on.
Yeah, throw and pass, and
yeah.
You know what I was thinking at that point? If the thrower hadn't got sacked and the ball got loose, would they have equalised? With the thrower having the ball, and could they have contained him? But the way it turned out and the play that happened, just it is what it is, isn't it?
Yeah.
But yeah, it was a good game. It was a good game. The Norse struggled in this game, just like they did in the previous game. I think they need a break. I think they'd be better when they start playing against an agility team. I think they played 2 bashy teams, if I remember rightly, and it'd be nice for them to face a little bit of Armour 7 themselves.
Yeah, it's always going to be, in a league like this that is quite bashy, and as we discussed before, a lot of that is counteracted by the heavy armor. If you're a bashy Armour 7 team, it's never going to be super fun for you, is it?
No. No, especially Norse. They, everyone calls them glass cannons. When they work, and they just blow themselves to bits, don't they, with that armor 7?
Yeah, I mean, looking through the Pylanders, they've got no level ups. A lineman did die, unfortunately, for them. For the Nublets, XS got badly hurt, but was a level up. So let's just have a quick look at that. What has XS taken? Break tackle for the Ulfwar. That seems fairly sensible.
I've just checked their last game. They've faced Orcs 2 weeks in a row now. So, yeah.
Well, at least they're out of the way. Some of the more claw-based teams coming up, obviously, claw's going to be bloat against their AV7, so that's at least something. I think break tackle on an Ulf is good, especially if you're repositioning for the guard. So that seems pretty sensible. Next up, I think this is the last match, and you watched this one as well. It's the Mighty Machine Return versus the Tiger Lizards.
Yeah, I watched this one live, actually. They were streaming it. Jivasak was streaming it. And it was really good. The first half was just like so frustrating for the Chorfs. The Lizards did have a wizard, but yeah, the Chorfs were just trying to push down in that first half, and the Lizards were just screening off lovely. The saws in front and the skinks behind, and they just couldn't break through.
Yeah, it looks like we're looking at turn 8 here, and they're just trying to get through the Hobgoblin. And, it looks like they fail a dodge at the last minute.
Yeah, rough. Absolutely rough. It's
and then they go, oh no! Oh no!
And injured. And movement busted. It's just, how bad can it get? It really is. How bad can it get? So, unfortunately, yeah, that was just so rough. We're watching it. It's just, he finally made the breakthrough, and for that to happen was just so unlucky. Then the Lizards. It's 9 Chorf versus 8 Lizards in the second half. The Lizard drive to Chorfs, get 3 dice re-roll, 3 dice howl on the ball carrier.
Oh, injury.
And an injury, yeah. It's a niggle. So that was a nice sack there, actually, the way he managed to work his way around. The next clip, the Lizards get the ball on a 3+, 4+, 3+, and then a 3+ handoff. Just have some of that. That was straight after he just got sacked, and look at the Skinks go. They do manage to score on the next turn after that. So that becomes 1-0 to the Lizard team.
Mm-hmm.
And then right at the end, the Chorf drive, Hobgoblin gets zapped. Look at this play.
They've been keeping the Wizard all that time.
Yeah,
well,
all this time.
Yeah.
And as you can see, basing the ball with, well, not quite yet, but yeah, it gets over, gets this guy out the way, bases the ball, makes it look like it, he's stopping the drive, basically. It was.
Out comes the skink. Yeah.
Yeah, it was a really frustrating game for the Chorfs, I think. That's the way I can pin it down. Hugh was playing extremely well, in my opinion. He was agitating the Chorfs. They couldn't. No one was breaking any armor. It was just such casualty-free game. There was a few KOs here and there. And right at the end there, that was a 5+ dodge. That was the only way to stop the Hobgoblin from scoring. And he had a reroll, but unfortunately it didn't come off.
It's just slightly better than 50-50 for that, is it? I forget the exact odds.
Is it really? What a 5+ reroll is?
Something like that. I'll need to check. It's
it's
not as bad as you think it is. Remember, 4+ reroll is 75%. So
yeah, true. Yeah.
But yeah, just clearing up, taking that speculative block, and then just running it home. Nice.
Yeah,
a lot of really exciting draws.
The Lizards look good. He's a good coach. This is the guy that come up from Division 5 last season. He jumped to division into Division 3, and he's holding his own without a doubt in this division. He is a good coach. He's new as well, and he's only lost, what's it, 2 games or something like that with us.
Nice.
He's a superb
Very
player.
nice. That's significantly less matches than I've lost. Yeah, considering it's my second season.
I've lost 2 games already this season, let alone.
But
So,
looking at Mining Machine, movement bust. Oh, moving bust on your agility plus blodge.
yeah. Oh, on a
you've got to
tripwire as well. It's like,
F. You
yeah.
got to keep him as well, right? You got to keep him.
Oh, I don't know. Jubicek knows what he's doing. I guess he'll keep him.
Well, we'll see. This we're just looking through the end of this. Is the good thing about being on the website rather than the thing as well. We can see separately what happened, what the state was at the end of the match compared to where it is right now when people have done their level ups and sackings and things. Unfortunately, no level ups for the Chorfs there. What's this? This is a damage. This is a niggle on the skink. But level ups for Texoalt and Tsar of Gold. So yeah, looking at the
and he get agility, don't they? So what did he do?
He's not fired him yet.
No,
okay. If it was me, I'd keep him. But I'm a less good Chorf coach, so for Juvasek. So who knows? But
he's got another game to decide.
Yeah, exactly. It's not going to cost him anything to make a decision, right? So, in terms of Texoalt. Sidestep for both. I mean, fair enough. You've already given them their primary goals in terms of the sprint and the diving tackle. I think the niggle guy has been fired. Yeah, so that makes sense to me.
Not sure feet on the sprint guy. I thought that might be an option, but maybe a bit of a waste.
You know what? That's a good shout, actually. I think that's valid to bring up.
It just makes him movement 10 pretty much, doesn't it? Although he's movement 10 anyway, near enough.
Makes him movement 9. No, well, yeah.
Went and Sure Feet would make him 11, wouldn't it?
Sure, yeah.
Yeah. So, but undoubtedly, this guy knows what he's doing.
Yeah. Well, if you've got sidestep
at all.
Yeah. Well, if you've got sidestep, you've got a little bit more leeway to put yourself on the sidelines without risk of a surf. So that's always a factor as well. So.
Yeah, good shout.
In terms of,
I'm playing Lizards in tabletop just for a little 3-day thing. It's not a 1-day tournament, but we're just doing a little 3-day game thing. And I'm taking Lizards, which I haven't got much experience on. So I'll be looking at these teams and working out how to use them.
Very good. Well, I think it is actually time that we do the thing that we forgot to do at the end of last session and have a look at the overall.
It don't mean too much after the first week. So, as we can see, the Fly Lord Servants, which we both thought were going to be up there, are up there. Who else did we predict to be?
I think we both went for Ant-Man. We both went for Hood. And I think you went for Elves, and I do not recall who I went for my other one. But
we both went for Claude and Morvams. Yeah, you went for Blood Horse, and I went for typical Spanish.
Yeah, Blood Horse. Yes, yes, my Chaos Dwarf pals. So
come on, Manilov, you can do it. You can get up there. You've had a couple of hard games, but you can do it.
Well, let's give a shout out to Largo as well. Like straight up Orcs in a division that's got a lot of claw in it, straight up there to the top, 2 wins.
He had the Norse, didn't he, this week? And who did he have last week, Largo?
And then he had Undead the first week. So.
Okay, I think that Undead team was a bit beaten up, but they're coming back good, aren't they?
Yeah, I think there's a lot of good teams in this division.
So now we've seen them play a couple of games. Who's standing out to you?
I think Largo's standing out. I think the Fired Servants and Blood Horse are doing well. I think that's definitely what. Yeah, I think that's about right. I think Hood.
Yeah, I thought Hugh the Lizard played extremely well. I know he's only got 1 point, but I thought he played extremely well against the Chorfs, and he could work his way up there. I think if anyone's going to from that sort of lower end, I think it's going to be him. And Maniloff, of course.
Well, the one thing that's really standing out to me from this week's play is that we've had a lot of matches that have been 1-1 draws, traditionally in other sports, a boring scoreline. There's been such exciting matches, and I just think that really just shows the kind of strength across the board in this division. So I'm just really excited to see what is coming up next week. And
yeah, I'm actually paying more attention to this league than I am my own. Maybe because I'm doing really bad in my own league, but I think I need to be paying a little bit more attention to my own league. you know. But yeah, it's I'm going to win this week. That's what's going to happen. Just after following these guys, they're showing me how to do it.
And yeah, taking a look at the predictions, I forgot to mention at the start, but I did track down the average TV as well this week, up to 1704 from 1693 last time. So that's.
We thought it was going to go down, didn't we?
No, well, I guess a lot of MNGs are going to be coming back. In terms of, once again, big shout out to everyone that's getting involved with the predictions competition. There's still a lot to play for. At least I hope there is, because I'm down 4 points to Rob, who is currently leading with 8. Next up, we have Organised Crisis with 5 points. Then myself on 4, and then Riff on 1. But there's still everything to play for. The way that we've got the additional points for exact scores means that a lot can flip in 1 week. So I'm not going to go too much into the things that were right and wrong. The sheet is there
no, it just is what it is. Yeah. Focus more on this week, what's coming up.
What we predict. So, in terms of the Warg Stars versus the Lizards, I've gone for 1-1.
See, we've done it different this week. Rather than like working it out on the actual recap, we've both done it before the recap, haven't we? And so some of our scores might be the same.
They might be. Yeah, we've been trying to be.
None of them are actually.
We've been trying to not be cheating about it. Obviously, it's difficult to. We could, but we're not going to. So yeah, Orcs, and I've gone for a draw on this one, and you've gone for the Lizards with the win. Like, obviously you're impressed with Hugh, and you think
I was really impressed with him, and I think I did this after watching them actually. So yeah, that might was. I think they'll win it anyway. I really do.
Yeah,
and you've gone for the draw.
Hugh has been impressing me as well, but I just think this is going to be. There's just a lot of strength on the Orc team versus the Sauruses. I just think it's difficult to stop an Orc team when they really want to get that drive in. And so yeah, I'm going to go with the draw on that.
It was just how the Lizards try stopping the Dwarves in that match, and I just thought they're going to be hard to break down. If you don't take them off the pitch, they're going to be hard to score against.
Indeed. MMR versus V Nublets. I've gone for another draw here. I think I've gone for a lot of draws this time because we just had so many this week.
This is the first time that the North are facing a bit of claw, so they're all armor 7. So yeah, it doesn't matter. And the North have had 2 hard games against the Orcs, but I really think that Minor Machine coach Jubsack, I think he's a very good coach, knows what he's doing. He was unlucky with that tripwire as well in that last match.
Yeah.
So yeah, I've gone for the win in that one.
I've just gone for the draw again, just because I'm finding that we've had a lot of draws this season. That's probably this last week. So also, I think the claw is a little bit of bloat against the armor 7. I think they're due for a little bit of comeuppance on that. Now for the Pylanded versus the Flylords, I've gone for
top of the table clash, isn't it? First and second.
Yeah. I've just gone for a standard 1-0 victory for the Flylords. They're going to be down some key players, but I think they've still got a little bit of claw going on there. So yeah, I just think I still rate the high TV of the Flylords here, just giving them the edge.
They did get a bit beaten up, but I do think they've got it as well. That could go the other way though. The Pylanders could do that.
Yeah. No easy matches. No easy matches in 3C.
Yeah, after running through what we've just done, I'd probably put that the draw, but I'm just going to stick with 2-0 now.
Yeah,
I'll put it down. Yeah.
Bobs versus the Rams. I've gone for 1-0 to HUD. You've gone for a draw.
Yeah, surprising, isn't it? HUD, my hero, and I haven't backed him. Yeah, I think. Yeah, I just think it's going to be a draw. I can't see either of them actually taking this away.
I'm just going to give the experience edge to HUD on this one, but I think it's going to be another really close run thing. Spanish versus Shock and Gore. Once again, I think these are a couple of great teams. I just think they're going to end up cancelling each other out and just ending up at a 1-1.
I think Spanish has been a bit unlucky in his first 2 games, and as we know, I've tipped him to come in the top 3. So I think this is going to be his first win of the season.
We've got some opposite choices here with Supremacy versus Bloodhorse.
Yeah, well, this one, yeah, I think Blood Horse are the favourites, but I really see the High Elves. It is High Elves, isn't it? Rebel. See? Yeah, I got a feeling they're going to dice them. I just got that sneaky feeling.
Oh, you're going with your gut.
Yeah.
That's what I did last week, and I'm down half as many points.
Oh,
But we'll see.
okay. So, yeah, Blood Horse are the favourites, I agree.
And Dota versus Granny's Chosen. You've gone for the
Well,
draw.
after seeing that play from the Edge 5 guy, is
Yeah.
he missing next game?
Nope.
Or...
No, it's the other one that
Oh,
died.
wow.
The Edge 5's still there.
Yeah.
They're going to be hurting
no.
because they've lost the other one. But I'm just very impressed with that Agi 5 leaping blitzer, and I think while he's still alive, he will probably win games against slower opponents like Messenger's.
I was really impressed with Granite's Chosen, though. You know, the way they controlled the pitch at Kenway.
That is true.
Although Bretts do have a lot of dauntless on their side, so yeah. But I've gone for draw. I thought it'd be draw myself.
Okay, well,
So interesting. Not to see it. Any particular match you want to watch next week?
All of them generally. We'll figure it out. We'll do our usual trick of how we work out who's playing what.
Yeah.
But,
obviously, like the top of the table games, interesting to watch.
Exactly.
But I'd really like to. I'd really like to watch Hugh the Lizard and the Kenway if I can. But we'll see who's playing and when, and we'll work it out.
Sure. Well, I think that's everything for that week. This week, is that right?
Yeah.
I was looking for my notes in case there's anything forgotten. We've had a look at the leaderboard. We've done the predictions. I think that's it.
Yeah. So that's all for me. So that's all, folks.
And we will see you on the pitch.